5 tips to help you get your design doc from either stuck or almost done to 100% done in high quality. Are you either outright stuck or you have a first draft done, but you're sort of self-editorializing and you're not quite sure if it's polished enough to go out to your broader audience? Either way, these 5 tips will help you. The first tip is to take a break. Get away from your computer, go for a walk, go outside, get your legs moving, get your blood moving, get some sunlight in your eyes, maybe refresh on water, close your eyes for a bit, reset mentally, come back and take a fresh look through your design document. The second tip is to read it out loud. If you are worried about polish on your design document, or maybe you think there are gaps and you're having trouble figuring out where they are, one great technique is to read it from top to bottom, read it verbally out loud, and often just hearing the words come out of your mouth will sometimes help you understand a better way to say things. The third tip is to use a reference example, and if this sounds like an application of the 7 general search strategies Latterly teaches, that's exactly what they are. So reference code would help in the case of coding, reference documents help in the case of drafting a high quality design doc. These could be like the best one at your company. Maybe you ask around and there's a really good one at your company. Maybe this is your design doc from a different company or from years ago. One time you just really knocked it out of the park. Go double check it. Just do a quick refresh. Are you missing anything? Or maybe you need to do a Google search and just find a good template design doc. Compare the section headings. Do you have rollout mitigation? Did you do an alternatives analysis? Are there any kind of these sections that are missing? If the bones are there, you should have increasing confidence that if the other checks that you did, the sections are flowing well, and if the sections are there, you should have increasing confidence that you have a good whole design document. Tip 4 is chat with a language model. So at the time of publishing, O1 Preview is the best that we have, and it has a fairly good context window that should satisfy design docs. So put the document in there. You can also put these reference documents that you might have in there. You can also put relevant bits of chat. Maybe you had a Slack thread related to the project you're designing. You can grab these comments from your teammates, throw it all in there, probably want to turn off training so that like if there's sensitive information, then OpenAI is not using that for training. And rubber duck with your chat model, and you can even ask it to rewrite the thing. You can also ask it to score your design doc on a scale from 1 to 10. And you can ask it to point out the things that it liked and the gaps that it sees. And so often getting the score or getting the gaps will be more helpful than just asking it to rewrite the thing. Final tip number 5 is go ahead and send it. If you've passed all these checks and you're sort of between 80 and 100% confident that it's good enough, remember that when you send out your draft of a design doc, this is an initial draft and comments should be encouraged from your peers. There should not be an expectation that it is perfect at publishing time. Maybe you send it to a few contacts at first, get their feedback and iterate to a broader circle, that's totally fine. But if you are above the 80%, like this is pretty good, I feel like I might be missing something, I'm not sure what it is, I did all the prior checks John mentioned, go ahead and pick 2 to 3 people and ask for their comments. Be sure to encourage comments. Sometimes if you just say, hey, will you review it? You're not gonna get as much useful feedback as if you proactively encourage, I'm really looking for comments. And you can even give a little bit of context, try to be brief, 2 to 3 sentences at most. But if you do feel that there's a gap that you can't place, maybe you just give a sentence or 2 about why you feel that way. The other person will then have more context to point you in the right direction or to diffuse the situation. Like maybe you're just in your own head and it's totally fine. I've definitely done peer reviews for other people where they were like, it feels not quite done. And I'm like, yo, this is good to go. Let's send it. Hope this helps. Follow for more. Share it with a friend if you know someone who's interested in coding. And check out latterly.io, which is a website that will help you land your first or next programming role absolutely free.